Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. For the people that were here on the small PSG crash out yesterday, straight before the Nations League final between me and Tosin, not against each other, together against the club and what's going on at the moment, because I feel like ever since we've won the Champions League, I don't know, we're just making stupid decisions. I don't know, we're just behaving irrationally. We're a bit comfortable. We're a bit too satisfied. I've seen some PSG fans on Twitter say, oh, it's not the biggest worry if we don't win the Club World Cup. Like, why has the standard fallen? What? Oh, we've won the UCL now, khalas, we can just forfeit everything now. It don't matter. We don't have to win anything for a couple of years. No, we got to keep the standard ongoing. All right, we don't just want to win the Champions League. We just don't want to win a domestic treble and a quadruple. We want to win a five-tuple, a six-tuple, and a septuple, becoming the first team in football history to do that. But for that to happen, we gotta keep doing smart decisions. We gotta keep the standard up. And we're right here to discuss Gianluigi Donnarumma, because this situation baffles me. As a Paris Saint Germain supporter, we signed Gianluigi Donnarumma off that Euros and off, a great time for AC Milan, coming through the academy at 16 years of age and starting for AC Milan. It's a generational talent. He came to Paris Saint Germain and we had Keylor Navas, so we had a high expectation. We needed to see stuff, and he was the player of the tournament in that Euros. And he was good. Majority of Donnarumma has always been great. He's always been a top keeper. But in big moments, unfortunately, he just couldn't do it. But finally, he fixed up. This year, he showed us. And looking to the next 10 seasons with Donna in between the goals, I'm safe. I'm calm in big Champions League games. This guy will save us year after year. But at the moment, the reports, it's not looking positive, and I don't know why. We gotta read through everything, because I've been bookmarking these reports for the past couple of days, and we have to take a look at this. Gianluigi Donnarumma might potentially be leaving Paris Saint Germain. First of all, info Dominic for now, Gianluigi Donnarumma would not accept the new salary conditions offered by PSG to extend his contract. So a bit of context to explain the situation. Donnarumma was obviously signed for free, which means that you get a higher wage. Usually players that are fine for free, they compensate. There's no transfer fee. They give them a higher wage. Second of all, Paris Saint Germain have introduced a new wage thingy, which Vitinha, Nuno Mendes, and Achraf Hakimi's extension were all part of. Not Warren Zara Emirates though, because that was last season. And this new wage structure, you will 70% of your wage, you're guaranteed it. Or 65% of the wage you're guaranteed. The other 35 will be bonuses in terms of how many games you play and so on. Because, we've seen before, we have had players like Neymar Jr., Marco Verratti, even Angel Di Maria had some injuries and so on, Draxler, Ben Arfa, players that have had injuries, that have missed a lot of games. And we feel like we don't want to overpay them and pay, for their absence and so on. So this is a new thing that we have done. And Donnarumma, according to Le Parisien here, does not want to accept that. For Paris, the situation will be clear. Either he accepts the terms extension or he requests a transfer. And once again, we're just in the Nuno Mendes situation around in November with Manchester United and everything, where Nuno Mendes, isn't happy with the current negotiation and will create interest from other clubs. If he doesn't sign it, the club will have to look for a new goalkeeper. They already have several options, including Chevalier. Chevalier, we've obviously been interested in for over a year. Gianluigi Donnarumma will participate in the Club World Cup with his status at PSG's number one, so at least we're safe for that. Important reminder, I've had discussion with PSG's management, and we promise to talk again very soon. Announced this week to Enzo Raiola, and that is Donnarumma's agent. And he's been going out in press conferences recently and has only been saying positive stuff. Because Donnarumma wants to stay at Paris Saint Germain. That has been clear, because this entire year we were talking about a potential Donna extension, or should we let go of him. My opinion about Donna was, if he fumbles it again in the big stage, yes, we should move on from him. But he didn't. Donnarumma didn't. He had a great Champions League campaign. Majority of the time it was PSG that didn't want to make an extension, but Donna and his agent still came out and said, I want to do great stuff. And Donna has always said he wants to be a captain at PSG as well. A player, a mercenary doesn't say that. So majority of the not negative stuff by him potentially not extending will be because of PSG and not Donnarumma. Next report here from Le Parisien. Le problème actuel du genre de un point mort. It's at a dead end. It's at a dead point. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means something needs to change for him to extend. And this is what Don had to say recently about his extension. I don't know yet what will happen. I haven't decided anything. For now, I want to focus on the match with the national team and nothing else. The situation at the club, I'll discuss in the coming days with the management and my staff. So He's saying I haven't decided anything yet. His decision obviously is to stay at PSG, but he's talking more about the decision of extending with that contract, which he is against. But it's a bit of a cold answer there from Donna. Breaking, Gianluigi Donnarumma is reportedly open to move to Madrid and Bayern München. This is just as Nuno Mendes did. Gazzetta dello Sport, Donnarumma agent called them, say create interest, create all of this. And obviously, all top clubs in Europe would love to have Donnarumma. Courtois is old, Madrid would want him. Neuer is old, Bayern would want him. Ederson is old, City would want him. Anyone would have Donnarumma. It would be absolutely stupid if we let him go. The agent of Donnarumma denied rumors of a possible return to Serie A. There are no open doors in Italy. I don't even think it's the right time for a return. He's happy at PSG. New contacts expected very soon. Compromise and so on. Nasser Khalifa reportedly told Giju that if he doesn't soon sign the contract extension, he could leave Paris Saint Germain. How true this is, I don't know. Republica, how would they know if Nasser has told Giju? But yeah. That was just a report I've seen. Justin, Real Madrid are interested. Obviously, they would be interested in big Juni Donnarumma. Donnarumma agent to Tutsport. He's happy at PSG. They're just few contractual details to finalize. Luis Enrique is an excellent coach. All right, nothing about the contract there. From L'Equipe here, the two Manchester clubs have expressed their interest in Gigi. Recent days, two tempting destinations for the player to the point of having already discussed the possibility of departure with some teammates in the national team in recent days. La 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 la. Big report from Le Parisien. PSG places Lucas Chevalier at the top of the list in case Donnarumma departure. The 23-year-old French international is Luis Enrique's first choice. Discussion with the Italian goalkeeper regarding the contract extension are at a standstill, and I believe those were all the reports regarding Donnarumma. A lot of information to take in here. A lot of things have been said. A lot of things have been reported. And just me as a PSG supporter, I don't like seeing all of this. Donnarumma had such a great campaign, and I've always liked Donnarumma. I've always known he's tried his best, but he's failed. You know, failing is not wrong. It's not wrong to fail. Obviously, you only want to win, but seeing him, having the campaign that he had this year, saving us so many moments, straight after, Zinga did the thing on him. Crazy mentality. Like, when he got that, I was like, when Donna comes back, bomb, this is going to make him even stronger, which it did, man. And now all of this is... I want Donna to stay. I want Donna to stay. And this is not me being like... I don't care about the extension. I'm not like Donna's side, PSG side. I will come to that later. But just Donna, I want him to stay. Great person, great players, wanted to be the captain, has wanted a bigger role. I remember back in the 22-23 season, we got knocked out to Bayern. Mbappe went with the Ultras and did a lot of PR stuff because he had the disaster class versus Bayern. Donna was there too. Like, Donna has been enriched in this club, has been here for so long, and he's young. He's going to become a huge legend at this club. And I don't want to see him in another club. It's like if you have a girlfriend, you don't want to see it. Like, Donna is the best. He will cook wherever he goes. And I talked with Tosin. He was talking maybe Lucha wants to do more ball playing ability goalkeeper, because we've seen that before. With Chevalier, he's better with the ball at his feet. But I don't care, man. I don't care. I don't care how good Lucas Chevalier is, man. Donna is the best. Donna is the best. Like, if you sold him last year, nobody would bat an eye. But we just won the Champions League with him being crucial. He's like in top 10 Ballon d'Or discussions. So please... It's just like the Nuno situation again. We have a generational player that could potentially leave because of the contract situation once again. But what this tells you is that Paris Saint Germain are very, very, very bossy when it comes to contract extensions and negotiations. It's their way or no way, which is, it's a good thing. They're removing all the player empowerment from the club, but I don't know. I think Donna deserves some kind of present, for the season he has. We can take a look at his wage to see how he is compared to other players. Like, should it be lower? Should it be higher? But I said if we had signed him from Milan for like 20 million, he would have a lower wage, for example. But because we got him as a free agent, he's a little bit. Man, this advertise. Can I? Okay. But as you can see, here are the wages at PSG. And look, Dembele, first, bomb, makes sense. Best player. Khvicha, second best, makes sense. Marquinhos, third. He's been here for a very long time. Captain, everything, makes sense. Hakimi just extended. Huge player, has been here for a while as well. great. Lucas, obviously a bit questionable when you look at this season. He was not impactful. When you look at his last season, no, he was one of our best and most consistent players, vouching even for the captain role. And then you got Donna, and you're like, this is fair. This is fair. This is fair. Maybe, I mean, Vitinha just extended. I don't know if they've updated it, Nuno as well. But I think this is a fair. If he has 12 million a year, 244, that's fair. But PSG want to lower it. So, yeah. I mean, even looking here, Vitinha, Nuno, all this makes sense. Kimpembe's going to leave, Skriniar's going to leave, Asensio's going to leave, and then we go Barcola, Gonçalo. Fabiani's a little bit underpaid, especially when you look at his age. You know, the older you are, usually you make more because you're towards the end of your career and so on, and you bring more to the team. The only wage is obviously Warren. That doesn't make sense in all of this. But yeah, I hope Donna stays. But after looking at all the reports, I don't think the reports tell us anything because the decision is in Donna's hand, just like it was in Nuno Mendes' hands, and we'll see what happens. I don't even have a verdict. I don't even have an answer for what is going to happen because I don't know. But I don't want to be too negative. We've seen this happen before. I know that Donna wants to stay. It's mostly PSG making it a little bit hard for him to stay. But I think Donnarumma will stay, and hopefully has a great Club World Cup and doesn't think about this and so on. But yeah, that's been it from my boy PSG Int. Hopefully we get some optimistic news and that the extension is done so we don't have to worry about this anymore. But I'm questioning the decisions this club has been making. You know, we've made a 50 million bid for Zabarni, got rejected. Now he's like, they were asking for 70 million. We bottled the Franco deal. I don't know. We've done nothing. We've been ghosting. We've done a Yamal in the Nations League final ever since winning the Champions League. And I do remember 1920. That was peak like Mbappe time. And then he just went down because we made a lot of stupid decisions. We let Thiago Silva go. We let not Cavani go. It was good that he went. Zach Tuchel, Zach Leonardo, got this. It was so much. Then obviously we made the right decisions. Campos came in, Lucha came in, and look at us now. But I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments down below. How do you guys feel about the Donna situation? And what's your opinion now after looking at all the reports? Because I'm going to pick it. Yeah, I think Donna's going to extend, but I hope so. I hope so because, yeah, it's a lot of reports. That's been it from boy PSG. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez, Paris.